Hello, hello. Special greetings to all of you. How are you today? Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you have joined from. Please, if you can hear me and you can see me, I'd like you to type loud and clear in the chat space. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, please type loud and clear. Can you hear me? Yes, Folabi, thank you for your feedback. I can see that you said that you can hear me. So I'm sorry. Actually, this is the first transmission I'll be doing live on uh, YouTube. So I had to struggle with it a little, to see to be able to come up stream. So thank you very much for your patience. Thank you for staying with me, and thank you very much, Blessing. Jacob is still there. Thank you also very much for being here. So today I think all the three of you that are present, you have purchased the book that I wrote on the subject that I want us to discuss today. Now, just to recap, since I know you have read the content of the book, freelancing is if you like, you call it a job model or a business model that involves the the activities that you as the professional, or let's say the talent, as you might be referred to sometimes in on Upwork, in the sense that you do work for as many clients as possible, and you take on as many jobs as you can without being on the permanent payroll, as it were, as the sense of being a worker. I mean, the traditional way of working is concerned, meaning that if for instance you are working for a company, you can see all the three of us that are here are Nigerians. All right, so if you are engaged in a job that you work for a company, or you work for the government of the federal government, for instance, or any of the state governments, you are expected to be at work from 8 a.m. all the way to 4 p.m. Now, you cannot, while you are still under the employment of that particular job that you have, you do not have the liberty, let's say, to go home, or to say today you are not going to come to work, or you are not going to do any work because you do not feel like working. Now, freelancing is a little bit different. It is different in the sense that anytime you feel you do not have the energy, or you do not have the zeal, or you do not have what it takes to do any type of job, let's say work, you are free to uh, like uh, let's say decline to do that particular assignment. After all, you are paid based on the type, sorry, you are paid based on the job that you have done or the tasks that you have accomplished. So this is freelancing. All right. It's beautiful because and I'm glad that all of you that are here now are Nigerians. I'd like to welcome you, Petuel Ali, uh, also. Now, why freelancing is beautiful is the fact that, let me say one thing. One, freelancing is beautiful because it can be your side hustle. I'm quite sure that almost all of us are familiar with the concept of a side hustle. Uh, you can still be working for that company where you are working or for the government agency where you work and still have your side business, your side hustle, which in this case will be freelancing. You do not sell any products, just like you do not sell any products for the or let's say sell any product to the employer that has employed you as of now. What you do is that you have skills, and then you render services to that employer, and because you are on a permanent employment basis, at the end of the month you get paid. So you do not. So it is with freelancing. You do not sell any product. What you rather sell is your skills, or you may call it your services. All right. So on Upwork, Upwork is a platform. Unfortunately, I wanted a situation whereby I could share my screen. That's why I logged in from another uh, another software. Obviously, it didn't work out. But what I'm going to do now, if you indulge me a few seconds, is that I'm going to just go to Google Google Meet. I will share the link of Google Meet to this on the in the chat box. So you will click on it, then we'll go over to Google Meet. Meanwhile, if you have joined through the computer, please, I will implore you, don't switch off your your uh, YouTube, because we are still going to be, interfacing with that space. And also, please, if this is the first time you have encountered this channel, I would like to plead with you to please hit the subscribe button, and then if you can see the notification button, also do smash it so that uh, apart from this particular video, when we are done, it will be delivered to you, or you'll be notified that I have dropped a video, and also as many other videos that I've dropped previously or that I will drop in the future. You'll be able to have access to them in a few minutes, or let's say a few seconds after I have dropped them. So please just give me a few seconds while I bring up the Google Meet so that I will share the link, and then at that point you can at that point you can join through that, where we can probably talk and hear us talk with ourselves and hear ourselves. So I'm starting an instant meeting. The the meeting will soon start. When it does, I will now be able to share the link with you. At that point, I will now be able also to interact with you uh, much more clearly. So I also want to thank all of you that have come, just joined. Please hit the subscribe button for this channel, and then okay, good. I am now able to share with you the link for the video. So please, The link is, the link to the call on Google Meet where I can show you my screen. Please, the link has been shared. Just click on it so that you will join me on Google Meet, and then we can discuss a little bit better. So while I'm waiting for you to join from the other side, note that I said that Upwork is a platform. They call it a marketplace. It's not the only one. There is one also they call Fiverr. There is the one they call by the name Freelancer. There is people per hour. There is we work remotely, and a whole lot more of them. Unfortunately, when I discovered Upwork, let me use the word fortunately, when I discovered Upwork, I got lucky to have secured a contract on Upwork. And because I got lucky, all right, welcome Joy. All right, so welcome Folabi. Yes, from this side, you can hear, I can even hear your voice if you decide to speak. Can you still hear me from, from your device? If you can hear me, just say something. Let me know that you can hear me. All right, if you can, so let me. Now you can hear me, right? All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Please, I'm just trying out this stuff. I usually do this meeting on this space on Google Meet, but I decided this time around let me try it out here. All right, so you are welcome. Upwork, for those of you who have not seen it before, let me just quickly begin to share. Should I say, let me share my. Come in 1 second. Let me share this screen. All right, so can't see. Let's see. All right. Can anyone see the Upwork screen? I need you to indicate. Okay, very good. Thank you. So, um, this is Upwork. You can see that it's saying good afternoon, Maxwell Iuduafeme. Of course, this is my name. For those of you who might not know, because this is my name. Now, this is Upwork. Uh, Afolabi, I would like to ask, have you created your own profile on Upwork? Okay, beautiful. Yes, we will get through some of the nitty-gritties and some of the things that you need to do. All right. Is there any other person who has created his profile before? Many of us are here. Let me check. Okay. All right. Is this Jacob I'm seeing? He says, all right. Thank you. Okay. So this is Upwork. Jacob, you also have, I'm sure you have the book. Except for Petwell, I think every other person has the book. And maybe you have set up your account. If you have not, the web link for Upwork is just www.upwork.com. Just up to this level that you can see. This is all you need. When you go over there, Uh, it will show you. You let me log out just so that you can see at least. Well, I can only log out. Let me see. I can only log out. It will not show you. Okay, so let's say we are here. And so this is where it brings you to. This is Upwork space. You can take your time if you like to read through all what it has to offer. Now, in a year, there are more than 10,000 types of jobs and over maybe up to a million or more, or let me say about a million plus contracts that will exchange hands every year on this space. I only discovered it in 2021 November, and I started submitting proposals in December of that's in 2021. Towards the end of 20, in fact, on 23 or so of December was when I secured my first actual contract on this space, and since then it has been quite very beautiful. Now I will not be able to click sign up now because I already have signed up. I only can click login. All right. So for you that you have not signed up, you click sign up. Then you begin to follow the prompts. It's very simple to when you just take your time since I expect that when you are setting up your account, you will do that when you are not agitated. I mean that when you are in a very conducive and a settled frame of mind. So that's when you attempt to set up your account. Welcome, Lawan. All right. So that's when you attempt to set up your account. Okay. So uh, when you set up your account, I think one of the first things it will do, let me go to my profile so that we'll take it from there. One of the first things it will do is to ask you to enter your name. Uh, to ask you to enter your name. Now it's not showing in full now. This is not how I supplied it. At least the you there, if I'm not mistaken, I think I supplied the full name. It is Maxwell Emmanuel document. That's how I supply the information. You will put your name, and it is advisable that you should enter your name the way they are in your um, government issued means of identification. What that means is your voter's card or driver's license or international passport or national identity card, whichever one that you have. So you enter your name the way they are there. This is because they are going to verify your identity. They are also trying to, let me say, they have put mechanism in place to weed out uh, fraudsters because on this space, people, you will not be surprised to learn that people who are not sincere, who are not truthful, who are out to go and obtain money from people without rendering services or giving them the required goods are out there. And so, in order to checkmate as much as they can such kind of persons, they will verify your identity. So, enter your name the way it is on your ID card. Excuse me. Select a niche. Assume that you have a niche. For me, you can see that I offer services in academic writing and research writing, and I also offer services in data analytics. So you have the opportunity to have what you may want to call three landing pages. You can see the first one, which is this, and then this is the second one, and then you have the all work that combines or that still give you room to make a combination of the entire uh, the other two profiles that you have. Okay, you are expected to choose I think, a description for the jobs or the skills that you have. You can see that I have written something here. It is just academic research, but I have decided to tweak it with the world class, uh, academic researcher. and then I've also added uh, most efficient data analyst. Then along the line, I don't know when this comes up, but along the line, you are supposed to choose your billing, meaning the fees that you will be charging your uh, clients. I want to advise that unless you have become experienced on this space, try and be smart a little bit by making sure that you do not start charging an exorbitant amount. Now, it is not that you are not uh, fit to collect such amount of money. It is only that because you are just starting, some of the clients that will come up are not going to be too trusting, since it will appear as if they will be the first clients that will patronize you. They will be more comfortable if your your hourly rate is moderate. Um, for folks who don't have too much experience, I advise that their hourly rate should be between $7 and at most $10. Now, see that I have included $25. I think I've only done one job that paid me this amount. All right. The other jobs I have done paid me less than that. That's because at the time when I started, my hourly rates that I used here was $15 per hour. So this is how you do it. Okay. Along the line, it will expect you to tell them what languages you speak. You could speak, of course, you are Nigerian, if I'm not mistaken. English is pure water in Nigeria. So let me use that word. Please, if you take a look here, I decided to include native or bilingual, and I wonder why I shouldn't do that because I was born in this country. All the schooling that all of us have done in this country has been in English, and because of that, I think that apart from the Nigerian accent to speaking English, all of us can speak English as well as a British or an American. All right, so I advise you to include native or bilingual. Of course, there is conversational, there is fluent, and what is that again? I forgot the other level, but this is the one I decided to use because of the reason I have given you. Okay, so you will be verified, like I said, and it is after you are verified that you will have this blue badge. They will send you an email asking you to verify yourself. At that point, you are supposed to be in possession of your driver's license or national ID card or uh, international passport. You will hold it, and when you click on the link, the camera of your you don't you, I don't think I mean you don't verify with the phone, you verify with the laptop. So the camera of your laptop will come on. They will snap your face, and they will ask you to hold your ID in this form, holding it by your side, and then they will snap your face and it, all in order to be able to relate your face in the physical one with the one on the ID. Okay. Now it will give you room to enter your education. As you can see, I attended the Federal University of Technology, Mina. The qualification you have will be stated. I hold a PhD at this level. The year and the courses you study, you can see I studied electrical electronics technology education, and I did my PhD between 2015 to 2019. Then I entered again for masters, and entered for first degree. You do all of this for all the educational qualifications that you have. Okay. Now, at a point, you will be required to bring in endorsements from past clients that you have worked for outside Upwork. I sent a link to at least three persons. It was only one that responded, and it's this lady. This lady lives in the US. I performed this kind of services for her, and then she was the only one that responded. Okay, along the line, you will be asked to include certifications. Now, note that certifications do not mean your degree certificates. Certification don't mean your degree certificate. What they mean is professional certifications, internationally recognized professional certifications. When I started, I didn't have this Google Data Analytics certificate. I did it, and then uh, it automatically showed up here because this is a badge that was given to me by Credly, which works hand in hand with internationally recognized certification organizations. And then you can see that I have my data, I have other badges. Let me just summarize by saying that I have other badges. And then recently I did WES. If you know what WES is, World Education Services, they will verify your educational qualifications. So they verified my educational qualifications and gave me a badge. And it also appeared here automatically. So it is important that aside the degree you have, you do some of these minor courses, job centered courses, like those ones. Then, at a point also, you will be asked to state the skills that you have. If I'm not mistaken, I think whether 15 of them, you are free to enter about 15 skills. So I entered editing and proofreading, qualitative analysis, Microsoft PowerPoint, and all of these ones that you can see. So you can enter as many as 15. I think you can enter as many as 15. So bear that in mind. You will need to enter all of those. Then they also expect that you should have a portfolio that will be displayed here. Portfolios are evidence of previous works or yeah, previous job tasks that you have completed. It is necessary that you create a folder in, uh, let's say in Google Drive, because most of us use Google email, that's Gmail. So have a folder created where you have placed evidence of jobs relating to the skills that you will be selling on this space, where you have put them. For instance, I have a job portfolio where I have demonstrated as my skills in data analysis, and also a subfolder I created for each of those. And then I have demonstrated that I have the capacity to assist someone in whatsoever research that such a person is carrying out. So therefore, my papers, the papers I've published, are all outlined in that space, just so that when a client click on any of these now, he or she is able to go straight to those places to see the activities that I have the skills to demonstrate. So it's necessary you have these portfolios. Then I think there is space for you to enter your experience, employment history. I nearly forgot that. So the places I have worked or I am currently working, I enter them because they want to see that you have experience in what you say you are doing, so that they can be more confident in ensuring in hiring you, to say. Then it is necessary, the last but not the least that I will mention. Okay, second to the last, but second to the last. Yeah, you. It is necessary that you have a professionally taken headshot. Yes, that means the photo that you have that will be in this space, it should capture a sizable part of your face, and not the sizable part of your face, but the whole of your face and a sizable part of your body. They expect you to smile, and then the picture, I will advise that it's not the one you should take with your phone, except I don't know those of you using iPhones. I don't know the quality of picture that iPhone produces, but I had to go to the studio to have a portrait of me taken, which are used in the space. Okay, they also expect you to have an intro video. The intro video is, you can do that with your phone or with your laptop. There you can uh, introduce yourself by just talking to the camera, talk about the skills that you have or that you can accomplish. But in my case, what I did was that I showed a still picture of myself, not a live picture, because as you can see from the camera, my lighting in the room are not necessarily ideal. So I decided to use a still picture that I have. Then I recorded. I did it a little bit of a screen recording. There I went into showing some of the jobs that I have done or that I have a capacity to do. That's what I included in my job in my intro video. I'm talking about this. So it's expected that you do all of that. Okay, in a nutshell, it is expected that you have your profile. Okay, I missed out one point, please. Let me go back. I missed out one point. Let me just go back. But before I get there, since it's refusing to come up, your profile is expected to be 100%. You can see that mine is 100%. Anything that is left, the system will prompt you and to tell you that this you have not done this. If you do this, your profile will improve in quality for your clients to see. All right, so I'm going back to my profile. You are supposed to have a description. Is it description? An overview. An overview. Yes, I want to show you my overview. This space where you can see all this long grammar, all of this is an overview. It tells somebody who has the time to read the skills, the experience I have, the what some of the clients I worked for previously, what they said about me, and the list of the things that I can do. As you can see, now I did not have anybody to coach me to do this because the guys did the that did the webinar that I joined were asking for 30,000 naira. I'm not saying that 30,000 naira is too much to have paid, considering the amount of money I've made so far on this space. But the issue is that you have a whole lot of Nigerians and indeed non-Nigerians that everybody wants to obtain money from you because they feel they have information they want to give to you. So I needed to check it out before I come up with a decision either to pay or not. But by the time I started setting up my account, I discovered that there was almost no need for me to pay anybody for that. And since then, I have decided that I will always give this lecture for free without charging anybody. All right, so how I was able to come up with a description that, I mean, this overview that you're seeing, it's not necessary, it's not necessarily the best overview, but I have improved upon it over time. So how I was able to know what and what to include was that uh, note also that aside the fact that you have access to a freelancer account, this one you are seeing now is called a freelancer account. So what I did was that I created a client account. If you look here, you will see that I have a client account. This one I have used it to hire people, either pseudo jobs or actual jobs. What I mean by pseudo jobs, I will come to that when we get there. But meanwhile, I created a client account. Maybe I should just go over there so that you can see. I created a client account. The advantage of creating, the advantage that creating a client account gave to me was that it gave me the ability to take a look at the profiles of other professionals on the space. All right. Okay. For those of you who have read the book, you will see that there are different types of badges that are given, and I have risen to what they call top rated plus. I was initially a rising talent. From there, I moved to uh, uh, top rated, and then after top rated, I moved to top rated plus. Okay, this Ibrahim A that you are seeing here, I hired him, and then this other person you are seeing, I hired this person, but I didn't hire this person. Okay, so this person, his own job was not is a pseudo job, as I mentioned, But this one, I hired this person an actual job. So, like I said, the client account gives you room to be able to view other professionals like you, what how they have built their profiles. So it was from there. Any one of them here, if anybody that is on the niche like you can just click. If you like, you can search. You can search here. For instance, you can search data analysts here. And when they come up, you can narrow down the search by asking them to only give you only. For instance, I can say only freelancers. When they give me freelancers, I can ask them to bring me top rated plus freelancers, data analysts. When you click that now, it will filter out, guys who are top rated. As you can see, this guy has earned $6,000 on this space. And then you can now go ahead and click on him as if you want to hire him. It will now give you room to read all of those things that you saw in my own space. You see? Then you now read all this and see, okay, this is how you should put your own. Now, this guy has earned 64,000. He has done far better than me. I don't know how many years he has spent on this page, but uh, in fact, I'm just his younger brother. Very much his, maybe the last born of their house, actually. All right. So that's the benefit of having a freelancer account. So let me go back to, client account. Let me go back to the freelancer account, because that's the one that is the most important. All right. You are supposed to also have a payout platform. What I mean is, after working on this space, you are supposed to get money, right? So when they pay you, you are supposed to, have a means by which that money can get to your hand, either directly or indirectly. Of course, the money that you will earn on this space that have reached your bank account now, we can say that money is already with you. So you are supposed to have a payment platform. Now, I'm sure you have heard about PayPal, probably of Western Union, and so on and so forth. But PayPal, which is the one that almost every one of us knows, does not work for this space. I don't know. It doesn't work for Nigerians on this space. Not that it doesn't work. It works on this space for other people. But PayPal, because a lot of our guys who were doing uh, advanced fee fraud, this what we call 419, they were using PayPal to dupe a lot of people. So it's like the government of Nigeria, in conjunction with PayPal, blocked Nigerians, so you cannot obtain money from PayPal. You can only pay money out to PayPal, as far as I know. I don't know if they have lifted that ban. Okay. So, but there is the one that Upwork created, should I say created or partnered with, that works for those of us from African countries and other third world countries that are having that problem. And that one is called Pioneer. So you are supposed to link your Pioneer to your Upwork account. However, only recently, I noticed recently that that Upwork has created a feature that allows you as a Nigerian to add your Nigerian bank account. So I just want to go there now. So you go to settings. It allows you to add your Nigerian bank account. All right. It allows you to add your Nigerian bank account. And that means that you can receive payments straight into your whatever bank that you operate. First Bank. So let's go to, this is Get Paid. It is in Get Paid that you have that. All right. This is the money I have waiting in my waiting to be withdrawn, and I'm not in a haste to withdraw it right now. Okay. So you have two payment platforms here. This is the Pioneer that I'm talking about. If you do not have Pioneer, When you come here, you go and click add a withdrawal method. Then it will give you room to make a selection of the kind of withdrawal method you want to add. But I strongly advise you to add Payoneer. The reason why you should add Payoneer is because Payoneer gives you the option of receiving your money in your domiciliary account in the US dollars. Like I said, if you check here now, you see that I just recently added my Nigeria account for just the fun of it. All right, so and they are even waiting till May 1, which will be tomorrow, before before they can activate it. All right. So you are also free to add your Nigerian bank account. When you click on it, it will show you all the various options, the various prompts that are required. Then please, it is important also for you to note that you are supposed to have what they call tax information. Tax information is quite very easy. You will enter your address. You can see my own address. Then they expect you to enter your name the way they are. I mean, your name the way it is, or maybe your means of identification. They will ask for your date of birth. And then recently, I think December last year, they told us that we should all add our tax identification number. For those of you who work for Nigerian government, you know that you have a tax identification number. So you add it here and you add your name the way it is. That's as simple as it is. Um, that's the introduction to your Upwork profile. Now, let me talk to you about the verification that we mentioned before we come and talk about how you can submit proposals. The verification that I mentioned, which is about to come up now, is the reason why I have this blue badge. It means that my identity has been verified. Now, your identity can only be verified only after you have secured your first contract. Um, Even clients also need to have their identity verified. It's not necessary, their own is not identity, but their own is called payment method. I will explain that when we begin to check out the projects that are available for hire. I already explained to you what you need for your account verification. But like I said, it is after you have gotten your first job or secured your first contract. Not necessarily after you don't necessarily need to finish that contract, but as soon as someone issues you a contract, they will send you an email for your account to be verified, and you are given 3 days within which you should verify your account. I will not wait for the 3 days to elapse before I will verify my account. I verified it the moment they sent me that email. Okay, so let's go over now. Or let me say, should I pause? Let somebody say something. Do you have anything to say? Someone should say something. Let me be sure that the guys are still with me. Who is there? Folabi? Okay, beautiful. All right, beautiful. Okay. So let's go now to the one that is after setting up your account, setting up your payment method, optimizing your profile. The very main one is about getting jobs. Uh, it's about getting jobs. Here you will always see jobs you might like. The system on its own will suggest to you the jobs they think based on those skills that you selected earlier when you were setting up your account, the jobs they feel that you could be a good fit for. I mean, underline the word could. It's not necessary that every job you see here, you should apply for it. You should always read through to ensure that it is only those jobs that you have the skills for that you should apply for. The advantage of doing that is that peradventure someone mistakenly hires you for a job, you need to bear in mind that they have the option, or let me say the feature exists in Upwork where they will rate the quality of services that you offer. The best rating is 5 star, while the lowest rating is 1 star. If you get a 1 star, it will affect you badly. Always strive to get 5 star. And I'm not going to say that I didn't get 1 star. There's one Arab guy who I think he didn't know what he was doing. He went ahead and just rated me one star all through, and then I had a very low rating. That's the last experience I had. Otherwise, all other ones I've been getting 5 stars. Okay, so you will see jobs displayed on this space. Before that, you could customize the way the jobs should be displayed on this place. And it is based on that that you can see, you are seeing that I have, I think, these best matches. Some of you may not have it for those of you who have set up your account. So you can customize how this information comes to you based on the fact that you can come here and search. Let's say you type in here data analyst, or let's say data scientist. So you hit enter on your keyboard, and then it brings you to this place. Now, by the time you enter some filtering conditions, okay, you can see now that there is filter by in this category, this side here. When you begin to enter filter categories, and then you save your search. When you are done, you save. I already have this data scientist highlighted, but let me type in uh, mathematics tutor. I probably forgot to have told you that you can even do teaching on this space. All right, you can do teaching even on this space. So I will begin now to, you type in that particular job type that you want to do on this space, and then you begin to click experience level. You see, I enter the entry, I enter intermediate, I enter expert. Then I go now to say I can do hourly job. So for hourly, let's say I'm willing to do up to $15 minimum. No, not $15 minimum. I'm willing to do $12 minimum, and I can do up to anything. So I will not put the maximum. I can leave that. Then I'm also willing to do fixed price. I'm coming to discuss what fixed price is. I am interested in working for any job that is $100 and above. I can also do 500 and above. I can also do 1,000 to 5,000. I can do 5,000 and above. So you can leave that. Then number of proposals. I will also explain this, but on any job, you are able to see how many proposals have been submitted previously. Look at this one now as an example. I didn't want to click on it. Okay, so look at this one as an example. It's telling you that between 20 to 50 people have already applied for this job that you see. I will explain all of that. So I am interested in jobs that have only between 5 to 10, less than 5, 5 to 10, and then 10 to 15. I'm not interested in anything more than that. And then I'm also interested in working for clients that have their payment verified. I mentioned that a little bit, and I will also talk of it later. So clients that have their payment verified. And then you can also select the countries you want to work for. I am interested in working for people from Europe, I am interested in working for people from the United States. So I'll go over to United States. I'm not interested in working for people from anywhere in the Arab world. I'm not discriminating against them, but I've had a nasty experience and I discovered that those people I worked for, some of them are not very nice. So I'm not interested. I'm also not interested in working for Chinese because they want to give you caterpillar size of work and pay you a bicycle size of payment. I'm sure you understand that kind of hyperbole I'm giving. Our brothers Africans are more or less like us, so they hardly will be able to do payments the way you would have loved. So I leave that. Then I can work for less than 30 hours. I can work for more than 30 hours. And I'm also interested in working for somebody who can contract from this contract, we can get to permanent hire. So after you have selected all of this, now you can see that all those things you selected are all showing here. Then all you now need to do is to click on Save Search. And you say Mathematics Tutor Save Search. When you click on that Save Search, it now makes it possible for you to have uh, these best matches and this most recent. And then of course this save jobs, sometimes I used to save jobs just so that I can get back to it. So now let's talk about the types of jobs that you have on this space. There are fixed price jobs, or you call them fixed rate job. This one is a fixed price or fixed rate. The person is telling you that he's willing to pay a maximum of $60 if you check for this job. And there is other types of job that we call hourly rates. I'm showing you this now. Look at this one, looking for a programmer, and they're willing to pay hourly rate of between $25 and $48. So that's the two types of classification. All right. Then on any job post that you see, you can easily see how long ago was this job posted. And you can also see whether the person who the client that posted this, whether he has a verified payment method. Just like you are expected to have a verified ID, it is also advisable for you to only apply it if you can to people or to client or for jobs that the client payment method has been verified. But there is an exception. Of course, some people come to this space to give out jobs, and this job they have posted as of now is the very first job they have posted. So since they have not done any job, paid anybody anything, their payment method will also not be verified. Then it also tells you the rating that this client has received from the client, from the freelancers that worked previously with them. And as you can see, this person earned a 5-star, which means that the relationship they had with the freelancer or the talent that worked for them was a beautiful one, and that person decided to rate them 5-star. You, the freelancer, you will rate your client, and then your client will also rate you. Until you rate your client, whatever your client rated you cannot be seen. And then whatever feedback he has given cannot be seen. And if he gives you a very positive feedback, that can also help you in getting other jobs that you should note. Yeah. Then it also tells you the location of this client, although it will not tell you his name until when an interview has started between you and him. So like this person now is located in the United States. To apply for this job now, all you need to do is to click on the job. It will now take you to a page where the job description is much more elaborate. As you can see, there is a very clear description of what this client wants to get done on the space. And then if you want to apply, this apply now is where you click on. If you want to save the job for later, this is where you click on. If you feel that this job is a fraud, this is where you click on. Then the number of connects. Connects are like coins when you are playing a game that Upwork will give to you when you set up your account. They give you 60. I don't know if they have changed it, but when I started, they gave me 60 connects. It is from those connects that you more or less pay for the job applications that you are submitting. So, like this one now, it requires me to submit to pay 6 connects. Unfortunately, I'm having only 3. That's because I have applied for some jobs today. I was having about 22 before, and now I have only 3 left. Then now you can see clearly that it's from United States, the state or the city where that person is staying. It's also shown here. The number of jobs the person has posted previously is here, and the rate at which he hires. How many jobs has he pasted? He pasted 5, and for the past fact that he's having 80% means that out of the 5 he pasted, he hired for 4. That's why he's having 80%. And maybe this opened one now is the one that is the other one. All right. The kind of company he or she has is stated here. When he joined this space, when he started giving out jobs here, is also stated. Now, this job link is also given. The benefit of this job link is that if for instance, this person is in need of a programmer, you are not a programmer, and then you have a friend or a family member who is a programmer, you can just come in here, copy this link, and send it to them in their WhatsApp. As soon as they click on it from the WhatsApp, it will bring them here, and then they can apply for the job. That is that. Then further information about the job is looking for an expert, as you can see. Then the amount is willing to pay, which we have seen before, is here. And this project is a one-time project. All right. The skills and expertise is looking for from the person who should apply for this job are listed here. Then activity on the job. Pay attention to this place. Activity on the job, you will see that the number of proposals that have been received on this job will be shown here. As for this one, there are less than 5, which means there may even be 0. If I had the skills for this job post, it is this type of job that I will apply for. The one that has less than 5 or less than 10 or less than 15 proposals, that's the one I will apply for. This is because as many people that have applied for that job will be listed for the client to see. And based on their qualification, the quality of proposal they have submitted, they will be placed in priority based on that. And also the timing that those proposals were submitted on. If the person submitted 1 hour ago, that person that submitted 1 hour ago is going to be on top, provided he has the same experience with you. So if 50 people have applied, and you saw that 50 people have applied, you are going to apply when when 50 people have already applied. Then the tendency that the client will not see your own proposal is very high because others have already submitted before you. So in order for you not to waste your connect, for me, I will not apply for such jobs just because so many other persons have already applied before me. Then Upwork also introduced something they call boosting. Some people, if a job like this one that is requiring 6 now, somebody will go and boost it with 60. So the person that boosted with 60 is who will be on top. His own will be ahead of yours if the number of connects you have used to apply for this job is less than his own. So and that's one of the things they introduced that we don't like, but they are the owner of the space. There's nothing we can do. So then another thing I want you to note is that for any job, please always note when last the client viewed the job. Like this one is like after pasting it, maybe since nobody has applied, just maybe, that's why it has not viewed. So it will also tell you the last time this client viewed any proposal of this space. So if the time he viewed is very long, it may indicate that that person is not very serious about the job. But this job is just posted 5 minutes ago, so I wouldn't be surprised that he has not viewed anything. And on top of the fact that no proposals have been submitted for it. I hope we are following. So if we are following, help me to type carry on or something like that in the chat box in on LinkedIn. Sorry, on YouTube. All right, please. It's like all of you have dropped from YouTube. Okay, so please note all of that. Now, in writing your proposal, it is important that you know that it is important that you include the name of the client if there is a way, if it is available. All right. How to get it is that you come down to client recent history, and then you will see the jobs that have been that that have been done for this particular client. All right. Unfortunately, I don't know. The freelancer did not give any feedback. Okay, so the freelancer did not give any feedback, but the client himself gave the the freelancer a feedback, and the name of that freelancer is Angela. Now, assuming the freelancer gave a feedback, it would have been in this space here. And some of the times we mention the name of the client. So it is from here that you get the name. And then the client will be much more interested in working with you when he discover that you have the capacity to go an extra mile to ensure that you get the information that is necessary. Okay, for hourly job is not different from what we have just explained, but also always pay attention. Let me refresh the page. Always pay attention to the time lapse that has the time, or let's say how long ago the job was posted. All right, you see this one now is looking for a part-time virtual assistant and is willing to pay between $7 and $12. Those of you who want to be doing virtual assistants, you could apply for this. All right. Now, it is always beautiful when you want to write a proposal, which is like the application letter you submit. State your experience, state your state the experience, include evidence to show that you have done this type of job before, and maybe the kind of rating, or let's say the comment or feedback that can be verified, that the client can see, in order to convince that person that you have what it takes to do the job. All right, and keep your proposal within the limits that will not take him too much of time to go through. All right, so there is no hard and fast rule in doing that, but then you always try to write a very beautiful proposal. These days, writing a proposal for me has become much easier, even though I have a portfolio, let me say a template. You should have a template kept where the experiences you have had in the past are included. And then what and what you will do for this type of job now, for this virtual assistant now, what and what you can do for that person, you will indicate them there. Then all you now only need to do is to, when the job is posted like this one, and you just read through and you quickly extract information related to this job, and then you put them in your proposal so that that person will see that you read what he or she needs. Now, don't forget that some clients will include they will hide a word somewhere. Maybe like the one I wrote earlier, just before we started. He said that you should start your proposal with the word, with the just PT. You should start it. So some of them will write a word and say, well, any kind of word anyway. Maybe some will say gold and say, include gold in your proposal so that they will know that you read the proposal. You get it? So it's important that you read through, take your time to read through, and then before you apply. And please, Me, I don't encourage people to apply for jobs that are more than 1 hour old. Any job that is more than 1 hour old, it's likely that there will be a lot of proposals that have been submitted on it. But then, even though it's 1 hour old, if nobody has submitted, maybe it's a niche that there are no many people, there are not many people who have the skills for that. Then you can excuse that. But a situation whereby, like this virtual assistant now, almost everybody seems to be a virtual assistant on Upwork. And so, if you see that the job is older than an hour, and you already see that over 20 people have already applied, there's no need for you to waste your connects. Of course, when the 50 or 60 they give you gets exhausted, you are expected to buy. You will use your money. They sell 10 for $1.5. And if you're using your bank card, Nigerian bank account, to pay your bank card, I mean, that will be around 750 naira because they were charging 500 naira per dollar. That's nearly around the official rate. Okay. So, having said that, okay, look at this job now. He has also talked about the kind of people they are interested in working with. He's not interested in someone, I mean, he's not interested in anybody outside Philippines. It is showing red here because I am not from Philippines. Or let me say I'm not living in Philippines. All these other ones that are showing green shows that I am I'm qualified for this based on this one, but this one I show you red, I'm not qualified. So like I told you the other time, last viewed by clients is showing here now because there are some applications that have been submitted, and then this client has viewed, and he viewed 1 minute ago. You see that? So this is it. This is a rundown of what Upwork is. Then on a final note, before you may ask questions if you have, consistency is key to getting jobs on this space. Consistency is very key, and you should be very calculative in timing. Let me give you an instance. Yes, I think one of the first set of jobs that I applied for were for folks living in Australia. Australia is very odd for me. Why is it odd? It is because Australia is at least 8 hours ahead of Nigeria. So that when it is afternoon time in Nigeria, let's say afternoon, the time we started discussing here now, it would have been far into midnight. That's about 2 p.m. No, sorry, 2 a.m. in Australia, as in tomorrow time. And those folks would have been sleeping. So when you see a job posted by someone in Australia, unless if you yourself you woke up around 4 a.m. Nigerian time, there is no need to apply because when you apply, he will be sleeping. And by the time he wakes up, more proposals would have been submitted, and they probably would have swallowed your own, and you would have wasted your connects. That's my advice. So, how do I go around this? I have, like you saw in the filtering that I did earlier, I am much more interested in working for clients in Canada, clients in US, clients in UK, in general, and anywhere in Europe. This is because unless, although you know that, I don't know if you are aware that American time used to change sometimes. Certain times it will be 6 hours between us, and another time it will be 5 hours between us. Now, as for now, it is 5 hours between us. So that is better for you because, especially when you are working, you already have a 9 to 5 job that you are doing. So by the time you are already at work, let's say around 2 p.m. Nigerian time, you are at work, maybe you are observing your break at work, you can scout for jobs. Why is that? 2 o'clock is 14 hours, right? So 14 minus 5 will be giving you around 7 a.m. if I'm not mistaken. So no, it will be around 9 a.m. So around 9 a.m., Americans who have private companies, that's when they used to resume to the office. I mean, those of them with private companies. So between 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. to 12 a.m. their own time is when they will be posting jobs. Americans will be posting jobs. The client that I've been working for more than 1 year now, I applied for her job around, I think around 3 a.m. our time. So and that person was seated, and she was sitting directly in front of the computer at the time that I applied. Not that they posted the job and went away. So by the time I applied, she saw it immediately, read what I submitted my Nigerian CV that time, even though it was 9 pages CV, and yet she was interested, and they decided to select me. And since then, it has been a very smooth ride uh, with us. I'm talking about between us. I'm talking about the permanent. Let me say the long term job that I have. Of course, there are long term jobs, there are short term jobs. The one you do within 1 day or 2 days or 1 week or within a month, that's a short term job. This one, the contract is open so long as there is work to do in the office. So do your calculation very well. Know the continent or the country you are interested in working for, and I advise you to work for Americans, work for Canadians. They have the dollar to pay. When they employ you and they are paying you $10 or $5 or $7 per hour, in their mind, they are cheating you. After all, minimum wage in US is probably whether $11 or something like that. So now they have found somebody they are paying $5. They are very happy that they are paying you $5. Whereas you are very happy because $5 times 730, or let's just say times 700, 5 times 7 is 3,500 naira per hour, and it's not per day. So if you find somebody like that and you're working for that person and you get to work 3 hours or 4 hours in a day, that means if it is 3 hours, let's say you are around 10,000 naira per day, that's what you have worked. And that is aside the job that you are doing in your office. The only thing is that it will be time consuming sometimes. Your family uh, may need to be patient with you a little bit more. All right. So then for clients in UK, Central UK is just 1 hour behind us. So if you are looking for a client who lives in UK and you are hoping that he will be posting jobs around 9 a.m. their own time, that means you have to go out around 10 a.m. Nigerian time to target them. So this is the mathematics you bring into it. I've told you, I don't know, you may be lucky anyway, but for me, all the people in Arab, all the Asian guys, I ruled them out. I worked for two or three of them. One of them duped me completely. He made me to do a whole work and then he didn't pay. Then another one, he tricked me. What we agreed, we paid. I had to force him to deposit less, 70%. When I deposited 70%, when I did the first job, he took it and disappeared. It's over 1 year now. I didn't see him again. So I've decided that all those Asian guys, forget about them. The Chinese guys, they are the same thing too. They want to pay you $10 and want you to work for the whole day without resting. So these are my pieces of advice. These are my pieces of advice. Consistency and right timing. Continue to boost your profile, make it catchy, write proposals that are catchy. You can even use ChatGPT to write your proposals. If you ask me, look at this now. I just want to demonstrate to you. I can write a proposal within a few seconds for this job post. I just go over to ChatGPT. I hope I have it here. And open a new chat. I will just write a uh, should I say a winning a proposal. Let us write a proposal. Okay, let's say let me say write a top notch proposal for this job job post, and then you paste it and hit enter. And wait a few seconds. ChatGPT will generate, as you can see, it's writing out my proposal. All right, it's writing out my proposal. When it's done, it will let me know that this is what it has written. If you are fine with it, you adopt. If you are not fine with it, you just click regenerate. If you have a CV, you can just say, "This is my resume." Write write me a top-notch job proposal. I mean, write me a top-notch proposal for this job post. It will write it for you. If you feel that it's too long, you can just say rewrite. Let's say rewrite to be 100 words, and then it will write it. See, if you want it to be short, then this around 100 words. You paste this in the what do you call it? In the proposal environment, and then you are done. Okay, Afolabi and Ahmed Lawa, they are the only two people left. Other guys have dropped out. So thank you very much for listening. Do we have any questions? Good evening, Ahmed.